And so we begin this video on top of this parking garage on North Beach. Welcome to Clearwater Beach, Florida. My first Florida home. One of the oldest plazas here on Clearwater Beach. This has not changed in 40 years. I remember eating at the Clear Sky Grill there on the far right with my parents back on Christmas 1998, which would have been my first visit ever to Clearwater Beach. We normally went to the Atlantic beaches, but Clearwater was the first and really the only beach we visited as being spring breakers. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome if it's your first time. I am Tampa J, but I was once known as Clearwater J. Welcome to my first Florida home, Clearwater Beach. Back in the summer of 2004, my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, decided to move to Florida. We came to the place that we used to vacation, or did vacation back then. Actually, right after a spring break spent here, as we did many years before here on Clearwater Beach, we went back home and said, hey, you know what? I think we ought to move to Florida. Little did we know, a few months later, we would be living out here on Clearwater Beach. We didn't live anywhere fancy. It's very expensive out here. We actually had to rent a couple hotel rooms for a few months before we found housing over in Tampa. But I lived here, I played here, I worked here when I was 17, and that's why Clearwater Beach always has this special home away from home feel to me. Every time I come out here, it just feels so right. Although in the last 20-something years, this beach has changed drastically. I've seen it go from mom and pop motels to these big high-rise condos. But always a good feeling and a good time out here, and I enjoy coming out here each year during spring break time and showing you what's new here on Clearwater Beach. So welcome to the channel, welcome if it's your first time. Also subscribe below if it's your first time, because as I always say, there's much ahead, my friends. We're gonna tour the beach today. Clearwater Beach, Pier 60, the marina, show you some of my old stomping grounds. Just gonna have a good time at the beach, dude. That's it, much ahead. And right out there in the center of the screen is actually the oldest restaurant that sits on the Gulf of Mexico here in Florida, the Palm Pavilion. It began in 1926 as a hotel and restaurant. Actually, you can kind of make out the hotel right there. That's it right there. I'm mentioning this because on spring break, every night as we stayed out here as a family, we would always go up to the Palm Pavilion, listen to the live music, and get the virgin pina coladas. Notice I said virgin because I was well under 21. And here we are down on Mandalay and San Marco. The Salty Crab right there. It's a newer restaurant. I remember when Captain's Pizza used to be there, but right next to it is a beach shop called Freaky Tiki. And when I was in high school out here working at Krabby Bill's, I would come down and spend all my money on Freaky Tiki merchandise right over here in this building. Notice how the sign up here says the original Freaky Tiki. They've got them all over now, all over the beaches here in the Clearwater St. Pete area. Board shorts, tiki idols, and hula girls. That pretty much sums it up. I came in to see if they had any Spring Break 2023 merchandise. Not seeing any, but over here in the clearance rack, this is a cool shirt, Freaky Tiki Surf Shack. Got the little tiki guy on the Vespa with the mermaid. He's having a good time. And the Ron John Surf Shop, which is about, I'd say, a decade old. This wasn't always here on the corner before the roundabout, the main thoroughfare as you enter Clearwater Beach. Hooters has given up the third level balcony of the restaurant. They are just on the second level. Three Daughters Brewery, a local microbrewery in the Clearwater area, has taken over the third floor, but that is new. And here comes the Jolly Trolley. Ride that thing all day up and down the Clearwater Beach and St. Pete Beach area, all the way to St. Petersburg Beach, if you want to. I remember when there was hardly any crosswalks out here. You were on your own, bro. And welcome to my favorite pier in all of America, Pier 60. I've spent so much time with my family and friends along this pier. On spring break, during high school, all the way up till this day. Always love coming out here and seeing the nightly sunsets of Pier 60 Festival. We've got vendors out here, we got live entertainment, we've got people swallowing fire and juggling swords. Yeah, it's that kind of pier. And just to put things into perspective, here we are, you can see the pier right off the beach. This is where we're at, right there. Pier 60 rules. No fishing between here and the bait house, no jumping or diving, whoops, no skateboarding, no bicycles, no alcohol, and no pets. That's it. Those are the rules, bro. In a little bit, we'll go over and show you where I first lived here on Clearwater Beach. It was over in that area. These two hotels did not exist. Actually, all of these hotels did not exist back in those days. There was actually a Days Inn right there on the corner. But right now, we're enjoying the pier and the beach. We got some volleyball going on. Check out all of the blue cabanas. The beach is just waking up, it being shy of 9:30 a.m. Always the kids zone. All these inflatables, these big, large slides with a giant shark over there. This one's new. I've never seen this one here before. This one's a lot smaller. All fun though. But I can remember my cousins. Shout out to Ali and Macy on YouTube. It's their birthday today. I remember them bouncing right here. This has always been here. It's been here for 20 something years. These little, you get in the little harness and you just kind of bounce up and down. I can remember them doing that when they were kids out here visiting us. Shout out to them. Happy birthday, Ali and Macy on YouTube. See that crow right in the end of the freestyle slide? He's like, fill it up with water, I'm leaving. Oh wait, too late, he left. And not too many folks walking along the pier today. Or at least right here. Got it all to myself right here. Oh, there's people ahead, much ahead. And the Gulf of Mexico, right on the north side of the pier. We visited a lot of beach this past month, actually the past 2 months. Santa Monica, Hermosa Beach out in California for my filming locations endeavor, if you missed that. Also, Daytona Beach, Smyrna Beach, on the Atlantic coast a couple weeks ago with Chris the Girl, then Miami Beach, Gulf Shores, Alabama, and now here Clearwater. So it's the year of beaches 2023. I'll tell you what, that air feels so good right now. Oh my gosh, nice little breeze, Gulf breeze. This tractor over here, taking out the cabanas for the day, setting them up. The crew on the back of the wagon. Little overcast right now, not too bright, but hey, still a great day at the beach. I'll take this over any day at the office or out in the field at work any day. How about you? Waves crashing down. I can remember coming out here, right here beside the pier on the south side. This was where we would come with friends in high school. Like in this area, this is where all the high schoolers hung out. Back in my day, as Chris the Girl would say. Don't you worry, I'm gonna go down there and take a closer look at the water. Waves not as ferocious as the Atlantic coast or the west coast of America, which I like that. And when the sun is really kicking, the water is clear. Yes, Clearwater Beach has clear water. I can remember specifically the time when my friend came down from Indiana, who was a foreign exchange student from Thailand. We only got to know each other for a little time because I moved that summer, and my friend Palm from Thailand had to go back to Thailand later that summer, but because of his cool foreign exchange parents, they allowed him to come down here and spend a week with my family and I and my brother here on Clearwater Beach. So we made some good memories out here. Shout out to my friend Palm, who lives in Thailand. We've been friends ever since. And one day I hope to go visit him over in Thailand. It's been a long time since I've seen him, but we made a lot of cool memories out here. Shout out to Palm. Oh yes, there's the sun right there. Oh man, that feels good. It's gonna be a beautiful day out here. A lot of people already coming down and dipping their toes in the sand over there. I say in a couple hours, just around noon, it's gonna be chaos. Not chaos, a beautiful chaos. So many people down that beach. I wish I had a couple of coins. It'd be cool to look down the beach in these. I haven't done that in a while. US manufactured and distributed by the Tower Optical Company. That's who makes these things. 25 cents. And now on foot. Whoa! Okay, maybe I should take my shoes off. I'm never good at that. I always forget to bring my sandals. If Chris the Girl was here, my beautiful fiance and fellow YouTuber Chris the Girl were here, she'd have her sandals, that she'd have them off, and she'd be dipping her toes out here in the water. That's what she would be doing. Shout out to Chris the Girl. Love you, babe. She's out creating a video today, so go check that out. It'll be dropping soon. Oh no, dead fishy. Oh no, don't look at that. I used to come out here a lot. This was my spot. My favorite spot was Clearwater Beach. Even when we moved back to Tampa, I would come out here on weeknights and whatever. Most of the time by myself, you know, just hanging out, walking along the beach at night, which is one of my favorite things to do. Just very relaxing and soothing. And I feel very grateful and honored that my family decided to move us to Florida all those years ago. It really changed my life and saved my life in so many ways. I wouldn't be the person I am today if I hadn't moved down here. And you know, I'm not saying that I'm the best person in the world, but I feel like a better person because of everything that has transpired. And it all started with this beach. I think a lot of people out there can reflect and say, hey, you know, if that never happened to me, I wouldn't be this person. Whether it be a good thing or a bad thing, but in this case, being out here on Clearwater Beach was a very great thing. And I'm very humble and grateful to have such an amazing set of parents that basically sold everything they had, packed up one day and said, you know what? I want to make these kids' lives the best that they can be. And they love Florida, we love Florida, and we're gonna go to Florida and we're gonna start a life there. And that's what happened. So every time I come out here, I think of those moments and those days and how difficult they were. They weren't easy, but I think about that and how much it set things up for me. If I wouldn't have moved to Florida, for instance, I wouldn't have met the friends I have. I wouldn't have started this channel. I wouldn't have met Chris the girl. It all comes together, it all connects, but it all started here for me. That's why I look forward to coming out here each year and making this video. Spring break, Clearwater Beach. It's where it all began. And I'm just walking up to North Beach a little while. Gonna see if I can find some Spring Break 2023 merchandise over here at some of the beach shops. I think they might have some. And one of my favorite things to do as being a high schooler out here on the weekends was waking up earlier than this, and swimming out there to the sandbar and looking for shells and sand dollars and whatnot. Sometimes you would see dolphins, sometimes you would see, well, no, not really sharks. Baby ones. But yeah, I just loved, there was something about going out there alone, just hanging out on the sandbar, looking back at the world and saying, wow, this 17-year-old just went from living across from a cornfield to living on the beach. And a look back at Pier 60, where we just were at. In the middle out there, they have a little souvenir shop where you can use the restrooms. Also, that's where you pay to go out to the rest of the pier, which is used to be $1. It might be $2 now. But yeah, there's a little quick stop right there. And souvenir shop. Lifeguard shack number 3. And in this area, it's not so busy. Check it out. Not too many people over in the cabanas to the left and to the right here. And I'm right next to the guard shack. I'm gonna exit the beach right here. Gonna go up this way. And the sun is starting to come out. I'm starting to feel it. I put some sunscreen on. Last year I forgot to do that. I was hurting. And if you've been coming to this beach for a few decades, you know how much Gulfview Boulevard has changed right here. This beach walk is still fairly new to these eyes. I know it's been about 15 years or so since they built this nice beach walk, but this was just a straight shot. And there were a bunch of old school hotels and motels before they built these condos and high rises, before it went full on commercial beach. So it's always weird to see these buildings here. They will never be old to me.
That's crazy.
And you can barely read it, but check out the sundial here, right here on the beach walk. You can see the bar about right here at 9, between 9 and 10. It actually is more closer to 10, but I think the palms right there are affecting the sunlight. But that's pretty close to what time it is. Welcome to Surf Style, right next to the Hyatt here, this big pink building, which also has a public parking garage, by the way, on the back side of it. Surf Style. We're gonna see if there's any spring break merchandising in here, and also see what else they got going on in there. This is painted by Guy Harvey, by the way. This little painting of Clearwater Beach and the dolphins. Zoomed in on the Guy Harvey painting. Yeah, I've never noticed that before. You see the Hyatt right there? And Surf Style right there on the top corner, Clearwater Beach. And keep an eye out if you're staying here in Clearwater for all the different dolphins you see in front of different establishments. Dolphins are a thing here. This is the zebra dolphin of surf style. Good vibes, check it out. Spring Break 2023, right off the bat here in the front of the store. They've got all their 2023 Spring Break stuff. Got hats and shirts, long sleeves, short sleeves. This one's more traditional, very sporty, Spring Break, Clearwater Beach, Florida. And also this hat with the smiley face. I like the smiley faces. It happens. And in this gigantic 2-story surf shop, they have an attraction. They got Flow Rider back here, indoor surfing. Also, you can buy surfboards, skateboards, shoes, anything you can think of. I'm actually gonna keep my eye out for some new Vans. There's also some NASA stuff in here. I really like this hat in the middle. They got hats, they got sweatshirts, they got t-shirts, NASA. Oh no, oh nope. If I have a choice, I'm going this way. Yes, I have a fear of escalators. Check out these stairs though. Whoa, gator. Whoa, where'd that come from? Oh, that's a big one. Of course, it wouldn't be a Florida gift shop without selling gator heads. Now back to the stairs. Those look cool, don't they? Yes, I wear my sunglasses and surf stop. Got you, bro. Check it out. Someone trying to surf right now. The glass is a little fogged, but you can make it out right there. Flow Rider. One day maybe, one day I'll try it. Yeah, that looks a lot harder than you would think. Oh, she's got it. That's amazing. And there they are. I bought my first pair of the checkered Vans on Clearwater Beach. And yesterday when we were out at the Pioneer Festival, I blew them out, bro. I need a new pair. Looks like they're 60 bucks here on the beach. I might buy them online, I don't know, we'll see. Wacky shark filled with candy. Okay. I like how he blinks. Wacky shark, doo 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 doo. Wacky shark, doo 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 doo. Wacky shark. Oh, I just put that in your head forever, didn't I? Sorry about that. I'm gonna grab a water here in surf style. I'm checking this out. Here in line, the Turtleman Foundation, helping one turtle at a time. Marble and fair trade and give back program. So if you buy one of these, all the proceeds go to help the turtles. I think I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy one for Chris's mom. I think she'd like these. Here you go, Kathy. I'm gonna get you a little turtle. It's a surprise though. I won't tell you which one I'm buying. Look at these socks down here. I see a lot of funny ones, especially the Chili Nelson. Oh, that's hilarious. And thanks Surf Style, looking down this way, seeing a brand new hotel being built right there. That is very bizarre. This beach has changed so much. The only thing original right here is this hotel and the McDonald's down here and everything right here. One time this used to be a Skyline Chili. Now it's another Frenchie's restaurant here on Clearwater Beach. So much stuff going on here that most people wouldn't even know. Frenchie's, one of the original restaurants, started by a man by the name of Frenchie himself. He was a busboy down here at some old restaurant and decided to, you know, live the American dream and open his own restaurants. Little did he know he had like 7 of them in Tampa Bay. Also, my parents, years later, would move back to Clearwater Beach and they would live out of a motel and run it. My dad was the manager of the Golf Breeze Inn, which is no longer there. It is now a high-rise condo and it used to sit back over there. So for a couple of years, my parents lived down here again and I would come down and visit them for Christmas and Thanksgiving and whatnot. So yeah, always my home away from home. Okay, another hotel back here gone. Now I can actually see my first Florida home from here because they have bulldozed what used to be here on the other side of Coronado there, an old hotel. I can see where we used to live. And we'll get there eventually to my first Florida home, but I just want to show you, this is new to me right down here. Right where you see this hotel, that's brand new. That's where my parents' motel they used to live and operate used to sit. That's crazy. It was called the Golf Breeze Inn, by the way, right here on Coronado. So yeah, that's shocking to see down there. I made a lot of memories right where that is now. All right, here we go. We've come off of Coronado. So right here, specifically at the top of the steps, just that portion where that door is, there was our first Florida home. We rented that small 1-bedroom apartment, 4 people on top of each other for about 3 months. We're talking about 600 square feet. a friend of our family's who actually were affiliated with the Spring Break Motel I will show you in a bit, where we spring braked, let us know that this was available upon us deciding we were going to move to Florida. First we were going to go to Brandon because my dad took a job in Lakeland. He was driving from Clearwater Beach to Lakeland every day, and that was short-lived. He had no idea what the traffic was like in Tampa and I-4, and he would eventually find a job elsewhere. My mom and I were looking for jobs. I was a high schooler, and we actually got a job at Krabby Bill's, which is down there on the other side of Marina. Actually, you can see it right there. The newer Krabby's, which was Krabby Bill's. That's where I worked with my mom for a while. I was a busboy, an expediter, and for about 3 months, again, my friend Palm from Thailand would stay with us in here, right here. 5 of us for a week. It was very small, but it was fun because we could come out here and enjoy the beach being teenagers. My brother was about 13 years old, 12, 13, I was 17. I thought I had lived and died and came to paradise, but something happened. We couldn't stay up there any longer. I think it just was expensive to live up there. And then we went across the street. There was a former hotel that used to sit right here, now a parking garage on the other side, a flat lot, and we lived on this corner for about 3 to 4 months. In that motel, we rented 2 motel rooms, and they were next to each other, and we lived out of the motel for 3 to 4 months before we found housing over in the town and country area over in Tampa. And at that time, I was starting school down here. I was driving to Oldsmar every day from the beach. Back then, it was the old drawbridge. I could use that as an excuse. If the drawbridge was up, I could use that as an excuse to be late for school. But yeah, this is the vicinity. This was my first Florida home. The former motel down there. When Hurricane Charlie hit, I was right there. We had to evacuate. Those 3 hurricanes came back in the summer. If you remember that, back in 2004. But this is where it began, right here in this apartment, the 2nd story. Just this portion is attached to this house, and these are the owners. And that, I don't know if it's the same people there today, but they allowed us to rent that upstairs efficiency. So there you go, my first Florida home, Tampa J, right here. And I remember walking my dog Sadie, who would live to be about 18. We lost her a few years back, sadly, unfortunately, but I remember taking her out here on walks, especially to this island right here before this neighborhood on the corner. I remember her walking around here. I just get so many good and happy memories coming back to me, just walking around in this vicinity right here in this driveway. This is where we parked all our cars and all our vehicles when we first moved here, right behind me. And little did I know, years later, an NFL quarterback by the name of Tom Brady would find temporary housing down along this road, along this dead end. That was the rumor. I don't know, he still might be over there. I don't know, I don't keep up with that, but I heard that he had a house or rented a house out here beyond where I used to live. Pretty cool. Tom Brady moved to Florida on the same street that I did when he came too. I can't remember the name of the hotel right now, it's escaping me. That was 18 years ago almost, but for a while this was just a flat lot. This is new. This is an extension of the hotel over to the right. This is a brand new parking garage. So there you go. I used to live on the 2nd story, somewhere up there. There was a pool in the middle. I remember the maintenance man used to live in the far motel room right here on the corner. His name was Chuck. Sometimes he watched our dog. I remember Brian, who lived here with the owner's boyfriend. Brian was an actor. He was a Jim Carrey impersonator and actually worked the Jim Carrey, the Ace Ventura shows at MGM. Who remembers that? He was one of the Ace Venturas that worked at Walt Disney World. And here is a really good example. The Sunrise Resort, I remember it. I think my dad actually used to help out and clean the pool for extra cash when we lived here. This is a classic Clearwater Beach Motel, and right next to it, a brand new high-rise. This is a hotel, Residence Inn, and also a newer Starbucks. right there, I can't remember which motel it was, but there were several of them, about 4 or 5 that took up that entire block. Now you have this just large hotel next to the classic one. That's the best thing to show you right there. This is how Clearwater Beach, all the hotels used to look just like this one. Everything you see in frame right here, back during the time when I moved here, was not here. Nothing here. And we walked over across from the Clearwater Marina, where the post office is, where the dentist is, where we used to get some good food. You still can over there. There's a lot of places to eat. I always enjoyed walking out on the docks at night, checking out the boats, the yachts, all the daytime cruises you could take, especially Captain Nemo's pirate adventure over here. There's all kinds of things to do here in the Clearwater Marina, all kinds of attractions. This video went a different way. I thought I was going to do more of a spring break vibe, but it turned into a more of my first Florida home vibe. I hope you don't mind. And if you're new here, you probably had no idea. It's been a few years since I've shared all this, and I look forward to always coming out here and reminiscing. Last time I was out here was with Chris the girl, and I showed her all these spots. This dock right here has seen better days. I actually fished off this dock. I would walk down the street with my pole. Where we stayed was right here, and I would catch some fish. Not too many, actually. The only thing I remember catching here was some catfish, some saltwater catfish, which are not very tasty. And it appears that Pirate's Ransom is about to depart. I have said this so many times. One day I'm going to go on that ship and take the sunset cruise. It's awesome. And every time they come back, they play Who Let the Dogs Out. And that's why I can't really stand that song, because living here down the street every day, 4 or 5 times a day, I heard Who Let the Dogs Out every time the Pirates Ransom came back to the Clearwater Marina. Yep. Who let the dogs out? Who? When I hear that song, I think of this boat. And to the right of Pirates Ransom across there, the Calypso Queen, which is one of the oldest boats out here and one of the oldest attractions on Clearwater Beach. It used to be painted red and white. This is a dinner cruise buffet. Yeah, and the parking garage that sits where I used to live in the motel is $30 all day. Now I'm anxious to see how much I pay in the parking garage that I parked in. Normally it's $12 a day, or $3 an hour. Usually I'm out here about 4 hours, so about 12 bucks. But I heard it went up, so there you go, 30 bucks for this parking garage right across from the Wyndham Grand, which on the corner here used to be a Days Inn. A Days Inn. They went from a Days Inn to a Wyndham. And we've been up there a few times, last time with Chris the girl. Jimmy's Crow's Nest on top of this hotel right here, Pier House 60. A nice view of the beach, and especially at sunset. We've got 7 hours and 47 minutes until the sun sets on the Gulf of Mexico. Ahoy there! And next to the Calypso Queen again, you've got the Little Toot 2. These two right here, hello, have been here as long as I can remember. These two and the pirate ship. Yeah, it looks like there's a few folks in line to board the Little Toot 2. Go on a sightseeing cruise. And the Little Toot departs every day at 11, which is this cruise right now leaving, 1, 3, 5, and sunset. And I just asked the gentleman in the booth over there for an adult, $27 with tax out the door, $27 each per adult to ride the Little Toot. And it looks a whole lot different it did back in 2004. Welcome to my first ever official real job. I say official and real because I did construction with my dad and built fence prior to moving here to Florida, but this was my legit 17-year-old job. I don't think I was legally supposed to work there, I don't know, but they hired me at 17, and now called Krabby's, then called Krabby Bill's. There are still some Krabby Bill's around. I hope to go there one day. Not this one. I don't have any good memories. Okay, it was a seafood place. It was busy, it was Clearwater. And on the back side, the Krabby's, painted in 2018 right here. Welcome to Clearwater Beach. This postcard mural was not there years ago, obviously, but this is the back side of the restaurant where I used to take the seafood trash out. I remember we had these like crazy t-shirts and stuff we wore there, and we had to buy them ourselves. We got a little discount, but I still have 1 or 2 of them. I had to save them. Eat crabs, love longer. I got crabs at Krabby Bill's, just some funny, quirky stuff. All in all, overall, it was a good experience working at Krabby Bill's right here. My mom worked there briefly as a server before she got her job over in Clearwater. So that was cool too. I worked with my mom up here for several nights, and that was awesome. That was probably the best part of it. But if you've eaten at Krabby's, let me know how the food is, because I've never eaten there. I have not eaten at Krabby Bill's since I've worked there, and that was almost 18 years ago. Maybe one day we'll go back. I heard there's a Krabby Bill's out in St. Cloud. I've been trying to hit that up for a while, but I don't even know if this is the same company. It's called Krabby's, but it used to be called Krabby Bill's. Maybe they changed the name, I don't know. Honestly, this place kind of scares me. And another Clearwater Beach update. Okay, so I was gonna walk over here and show you my favorite place to grab seafood on Clearwater Beach, here on the back streets. Cooters is no more. This, oh my gosh, this is a blow. I used to come up here all the time. Welcome to Coco's, formerly known as Cooters. C-O-O-T-E-R-S. It is now Coco's. Now it could be the same owner. It looks like the same vibe, different colors on the roof, different sign, different name, but there you go. Spent a lot of time inside this restaurant with my family. We used to love coming down here. Welcome Phillies fans. Notice all the Phillies stuff. I've seen a lot of Phillies fans walking around today. This is spring training home of the Philadelphia Phillies. Actually not here on the beach, but over off of Highway 19 in Clearwater is where their stadium is. Across from the Clearwater Visitor Center on the corner of Poinsettia. Check it out. This is new. Krabby's Hideaway. Looks like Krabby's, formerly Krabby Bill's, where I used to work, has a little hideaway spot on the back streets. Nice little tiki bar. Oh, I see some Phillies flags there as well. This looks good. I'll have to try it sometime. Papaya and Poinsettia, that's the corner we're at here, away from Mandalay on the north side of the beach. If you look down there, there's a Papaya Street Plaza. This whole area, this vibe here is new. This used to be a ton of old motels as well. This store right here looks pretty cool. There's a car inside. I gotta take a look. I can see it right through the doors. Do you see it? What is that? 1960 Bug-Eye Street, Austin Healy. Don't see that in a beach shop every day, or in a surf shop. Hello. I don't think she's real. And I made it back to the North Beach parking garage. I'm gonna jump in my car and head a little ways up North Beach and show you where I used to stay for spring break with my family back in the late 90s and early 2000s before we moved here. Hello, Hulk. What's up? Good to see you, brother. American made, right? Hollywood Hogan. Beach shop. I've featured this a ton of times. Talked about how I've ran into Hulk Hogan on this very beach in which he lives on. Sometimes you see him come up here to the shop and sign autographs. Always random. One time he came up here and I had just missed him. So you never know, you might see Hulk Hogan out here. All right, so let's see what the damage is. Looks like we just scan it right there. Oh my gosh. $39, $40. That is ridiculous. 3 hours and 8 minutes. This used to be $3 an hour. Okay, lesson learned. Holy cow. That's amazing. Everything is going up, as they say. I'm shocked. No biggie, no biggie. I didn't spend much money out here today. I did leave a guy at the convenience store a $10 tip on a beverage I bought, just because I could tell he was having a bad day. So, well, all right, much ahead. Okay, I was gonna sit down and have like a fancy seafood dinner, possibly at Frenchie's or the Palm Pavilion, but because of this, it kind of reset the vibe. I mean, I could, but there is a Raising Cane's that just opened in Clearwater off the beach. I've been dying to try Raising Cane's, so we'll probably go there once we leave the beach. Just a heads up. Heading to North Beach, much ahead. Okay, I'm getting, oh my gosh, things have changed over here. I'm kind of getting worried. Do you see this building over here? I can't tell yet, but right there in that vicinity is where I used to spring break, and it might be gone. Passing the Palm Pavilion in. Oh, thank goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone in between, right here, the Snowflake Inn. They haven't sold out. This little motel is where my family used to stay every spring break on Clearwater Beach, coming from Indiana, up until we moved here in 2004. It's a really clever name for a Gulf beachside resort. It's got a winter theme. Snowflake Inn. There's little cabins out back, and let me park the car up here and see if I can show you exactly where the cabin we used to stay in. Okay, I circled around. I couldn't find parking, but I've got the window down. Check out the little snowman right there on the sidewalk before the Snowflake Inn. Right there, straight back, that little cabin, which is just like a little living room area, a little kitchen, and one bedroom. That is where our family stayed, number 26. I remember sitting out here on these tables, same tables, you know, with my brother, getting ready to walk down to the beach just like these folks are going. And I remember coming back, getting a shower, relaxing, and then walking down to the Palm Pavilion, which is over here to the left, and having dinner. This is one of my favorite spots in all of the world right here, just because of the memories and the fun that was created right here. And I was worried because I saw this high rise that is brand new behind it. From a distance, it looked like the Snowflake Inn was gone, but it's still here. And I hope it always stays here. I'm gonna be very sad if it ever goes. I always remember the Camelot, very Art Deco. Reminds me of some of the motels we just saw in Miami Beach. And formerly, where this Chase Bank was, this was a convenience store. This was a convenience store slash laundry mat right there. That's where we do our laundry during our time here on Clearwater Beach, because we didn't have a washing machine. That's where it was. And now I'm leaving Clearwater Beach. That was a fun time. I look forward to coming back very soon again. I will always come back to Clearwater. Now I'm hungry. I'm gonna check out that Raising Cane's. I've had it before, but not for a while. I had it out in California a couple years back. But I believe this is the first Raising Cane's in the Tampa Bay area, if not Florida, and it just opened up a couple weeks ago. And welcome to Florida's very first Raising Cane's. This is the first one. They're gonna build 12 stores in Central Florida, but this one here on Gulf to Bay is the first one in Tampa Bay and Florida. I read that online before I got here. It is bumping out here. The drive-through, there's probably 15, 20 cars in line. Not too bad. The little parking lot that they have, full. Actually, I had to park behind here, over here at Sam's Club. But yeah, I'm gonna check out some chicken tenders. And I tried to make it out here for opening day. It was on a weeknight a couple weeks ago. We were busy. But today is the day. It looks like they're advertising A&E's secret sauce. We got Snoop Dogg right there. Okay, Florida's first Raising Cane's for you. I'm about to raise some cane in here, that's for sure. Oh yeah, it's bumping in here. Check it out. Okay, I think the last time I ate one of these was actually, correction, I think it was in Las Vegas like 4 years ago. We've got the king on the wall above the table in the corner. And they do have some Clearwater Beach memorabilia in here, of course, like this old postcard. And I just ordered, actually pretty quick. I got the box combo, the 4 chicken fingers combo with a drink. And I made myself a half and half. Half sweet, half unsweet. As I'm waiting for my food, check it out. Up on the shelf, we've got a little Hulk Hogan up there. We got a Stanley Cup. We've got a dolphin and the Tampa Bay Rowdies mascot to the left. Very Clearwater area. Also, Danny Trejo joins the video. Hey, what's up, Machete? All right, this is exciting. So I just waited about 33 minutes for my food. They are so slammed in there. There are so many people in line now. Good thing I got in line when I did, because there is now a line out the door just to order inside the restaurant. But this is my first Florida Raising Cane's experience right here across from Chick-fil-A on Gulf to Bay Boulevard. Clearwater Beach that way, Tampa the other way. Look at that. I was reading on the wall there as I was waiting for this delicious food that Raising Cane's began in 1996. Not a very old company. Oh wow. Move over Chick-fil-A. I didn't say that. It's pretty good. Chick-fil-A is good too. I like the chicken tenders. Actually, These chicken tenders reminds me of Zaxby's chicken tenders. It's pretty good though. This actually might be my favorite part of this buttery toast here. It's quite delicious with the sesame seeds. Wow, that's surprising. And back by the restrooms, check it out. Old school Devil Ray's inaugural season seat cushion, 1998. Speaking of that, the anniversary of that opening day is coming up very soon. Happy 25 years to the Rays. Go Rays. And look what's below this. Hulkamania! Alright, it's a madhouse in there. I saw some people actually raising up some cane. Long wait. It's alright though. I think it was well worth it for everyone. It's delicious stuff here. Cool to have the very first one right here in my old stomping grounds. My home, Clearwater Beach, Florida. Such an honor. Thank you, KANE'S. Thanks for coming to town. And it's a straight shot over Tampa Bay via the Courtney Campbell Causeway. Heading back to Tampa. I'd like to thank you all for watching me. If it was your first time here, give the video a thumbs up and come on back. Also, you noticed, if you've been watching, there's a girl missing. She's not over there. Chris the girl is out at Peppa Pig theme park out in Winter Haven, logging it up out there. She's doing a little park update. She did the opening day of Peppa Pig last year, and they just celebrated their 1-year anniversary. So if you'd like to go check out that video, make sure you subscribe to Chris the girl, my fiance and fellow YouTuber, and go tell her I said hi. But that's it. This is the video. I'm headed home to take my Bella Beagle for a walk and gonna edit this thing out, and there is much coming. I gotta board a plane soon. We'll probably do something else around Tampa before I head out, but if you stuck to the end of the video, if you stayed here, there you go. A little clue of what's coming. All right, that's it. Know you're awesome, know you're loved, and no matter who you are, what you're going through, just know there's always much ahead for me and for you. I'm racing the jet skis. See the jet skis over there? I'm racing them. It's pretty awesome. All right, everyone. Have a good day tomorrow and the rest of the evening. The rest of the day today. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm getting tired. I've been out in the sun too long. All right. There's much ahead. Everyone's having a good time out here on the Courtney Campbell Causeway. Absolutely free to come out here, by the way. If you don't want to go all the way to Clearwater, you can come out here and chill. Just like all these folks are doing. Bella! Bella! Bella? There she is! Daddy's home! Alright, everyone. It's the Beagle scratching behind the ears.